Hello everybody, Paul Mozzard here. I'm finally going into the office now after 15 months, so I thought I'd do a little vlog so you can see how I get on. It's Friday, so I'm not sure how many people are going to be in the London office today anyway. Technically it's dress down day, but I've put on a suit for the occasion. It's also absolutely pouring rain, so I've got this raincoat I'm going to have to wear. I also need to pick up some stuff, so I've actually got this enormous bag here which I'll be bringing with me, so I can take home all my stuff that's been stuck in the office for 15 months. It used to be Friday was always a good time to meet up with people for lunch, but I'm not really sure who's going to be in there. I'm looking forward to seeing who is there and collecting my stuff and just seeing what it's like in the office. We've been told to come in and just check it out, and hopefully a lot of our fears will be dissipated, so I'm going to go in and see what it's like. So I'll keep updating you as the day goes on. Thanks.
For you, just the fact that we are going to be late, and I will keep you informed as much as I can. Thank you.
Well, I made it to London now, London Bridge. Still got to walk another 20 minutes till I get to the office. Wasn't the best of journeys, to be honest. It was a delay in the tunnel, so I waited for about 20 minutes on the train, so it's over an hour now since I left home and I'm still not in the office. And there were some people not wearing face masks and talking very loudly on the train, so it wasn't the best of journeys. Anyway, now I'm going to wander off and head to the office. So I'm in the office now. I've done a full lap of the floor I'm on, and there's one other person in. There was someone I knew, had a nice chat, so that's good. But not entirely sure I'm going to be doing that much collaborating today. This reminds me when I was always hot in the office. So the radiator's set on maximum warmth. Let's turn it down. Really about now. So it's lunchtime now. I'll just reflect back on how the day is going so far. So immediate feeling is, London feels very safe. There's not many people here. If you've ever been to the city of London at normal times, it's absolutely rammed with people. You can't move. It's literally, a tenth of the people here that would normally be there. So it feels very safe coming up here. The office, fantastic. Nothing you would complain about. They've got a lot of very simple processes in place to make everyone feel safe. Had to do a test and book a desk and things like that. That's all fine. They've done some sensible things like just blocking off desks so you don't get crowded, and various other just really simple things. So it all feels very safe. Train wasn't great. It was delayed, which didn't help, and there were people on the train who weren't wearing masks, which, maybe we're coming out the back of this thing and it's okay, but it just felt a little bit, selfish really. And they had like a cup of coffee, sort of, I'm drinking so I can't wear a mask, but basically taking a sip every 10 minutes or something is not really playing cricket, as far as I'm concerned. So that wasn't great, and hopefully the trains will be okay coming home. But it does feel like I just wasted that time. I couldn't really do much. I couldn't read my book because they were talking. I couldn't really think about work. So yeah, that whole sort of, is it worth sitting on a train for 2 hours a day? Jury's still out from my perspective. What I did do is I bumped into someone I knew but I hadn't spoken to for 15 months when I got in, and that was really nice to have a conversation with them, just reflect back how things are going, just reinvigorate that acquaintanceship. And I think it's interesting actually reflecting back. There's some people I know I just haven't spoken to, and I've been in a very small bubble of 20 people or whatever that I've just at work that I've spoken to in the last 15 months. And you forget actually there's all these sort of people who are tangential, but actually it's good to talk to them, bounce ideas off them, just understand what they're doing. And we both reflected back how difficult it's been training people in this period. So I know if you're junior, it's really hard to just be given a little bit of advice and then sent off on your own at home for hours. So I think we've got some work to do to improve that. That's the whole reason I have a YouTube channel, is to try and put some actual knowledge sharing out there. But definitely that's a challenge, and I think that will push us towards going into the office more and more. I haven't been put off by today at all. I think it's been interesting to see the sights and see a few people I don't know. It'd be much better if I planned it more. Next time there was a bit of a necessity, I had to come in today, so I haven't managed to arrange any face-to-face meetings, or I haven't managed to arrange any social lunches or dinners or anything like that, which I think if I knew I was coming in regularly on a Tuesday, say, I would make sure that I'd arrange my diary so I was using it much more productively, having those face-to-face meetings. But there's a bit of a feeling it's all about collaboration, not quite about collaboration. I think training's an important thing as well, just being able to lean over and have a look at a junior person's screen and go, is that really the best way to do it, or shouldn't you be doing this? And equally they can just turn to me and say, got 2 minutes, and it feels a bit more of an intrusion doing a Teams call or a Zoom call that maybe just sat next to someone, just sort of literally turning and asking them for 2 seconds of help is a lot easier. So hopefully we can make this work going forward. I'm not sure I see myself in the office 5 days a week anytime soon, but there's definitely scope to come in more than once every 15 months. So we'll see how I feel at the end of the day. So back home now, just been reflecting on sort of how the day went, and I think probably I would say that that wasn't a greatly successful day. So I spent 2.5 hours travelling, a fair amount on my train ticket, and there's only like half a dozen people in there. I had a couple of interesting conversations, but nothing really I couldn't have done over Teams. So I think if I was doing it again, I would definitely try and plan to be in with other people, have some collaborative meetings, do some training. So yeah, that's definitely a learning for me. I had to go in today. I had to do something, so there was no getting around it. But going forward, if I go in, I want to make it have a good reason and get real value out of it. What was interesting, I did think, was sort of the amount of noise. Even with only sort of half a dozen people, there's a lot more disturbances. I think a few people, including me, didn't have any headphones, so if you're having a call, everyone could hear it. So again, another learning is make sure you bring your headphones, and you want to be near people, but if they're having another meeting and you're not part of it, then it is going to be disturbing. And obviously at home you've got other disturbances, TV, children, just everything else you have at home. So it's not that there's no disturbances at home, but it was interesting. I hadn't really sort of remembered almost sort of what that's like. And it is a nice buzz when there's lots of people. It's a nice buzz and it's energy, but if it's only like a few people, you can hear their conversations, so it's a bit more distracting. So again, it'd be better if there was a whole load of people in and they were people you were used to working with and wanted to hear their conversations, rather than just people happen to be on the floor with you. It's interesting, I had 3 screens today, so I've got 2 screens in my normal home setup, and it's weird, I just left one screen totally unused, so I'm so clearly used to using 2 now that I couldn't handle having 3. And yeah, I guess it was quite good that I had to do quite a lot of walking today. So if you're at home, you obviously don't need to go anywhere, and you have to sort of force yourself out. And if it's a rainy day like today, I probably wouldn't have gone anywhere, just sat and had lunch and just read a book or something, or watched some TV. So it's quite good actually to get out. I got my phone telling me I'd done all my exercise by sort of 10 o'clock this morning, so that was nice, whereas sometimes it's chasing me up when I'm at home. So it's pretty good from a sort of well-being perspective to get out. And I guess my final conclusion would be, as a bird watcher, I really should have brought my binoculars, because I was pretty high up and there's peregrine falcons flying around London, so it would have been nice to have spotted one of those. So maybe next time I'll do that. Well, anyway, I hope that was of interest to you. I definitely recommend you try going into the office, particularly if you're like me and you're maybe a little bit older and you're not so sure about the benefits. There's definitely benefits of getting to see people you haven't seen recently, or wider acquaintances, and obviously way better for junior people, because you can help train them up, you can help lead them, which is a bit more difficult to do virtually. So I'll definitely be going back in, but I'll put a bit more planning in rather than being necessitated to go in. I'll make sure it's real value added. Great, well, thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting. Please like and subscribe. I've got plenty of other videos which I think will be of interest to you, and take care. Cheerio, bye. This is the view from where I'm sitting. I'm literally sat in the desk that I would have normally sat in, but I've got the choice of the entire floor. See what a fantastic view. But we're not the tallest building by any stretch of imagination. You can see Lloyd's building there. That's the back of the cheese grater. If you've ever seen the Apprentice TV programme, they're always doing the interviews in there. And obviously Lloyd's has been in many films. And there's a plaza, a church which is basically totally dominated now. And you can just about see the River Thames over there in the distance. You can even see a barge or something going on. You should be able to see the Olympic Stadium, but unfortunately it's much too rainy. And here's the garden, literally right next to my office. Very nice restaurant up there. Yeah, unfortunately you can't see far enough to Canary Wharf. You can just about see some shadowy things in the distance. There's my wife's office down there as well. You can see very few people walking around. Normally the streets, it's lunchtime and the streets will be absolutely buzzing, but not today, and possibly not at all at the moment.